Indonesia is a country in Southeast Asia. It is the most beautiful Muslim country in Asia. Ancient heritage, diverse culture, and natural heavenly beauty are intertwined here. The shocking reality is that female circumcision is practiced in this country. Indonesia is the only country in the world that produces the highest amount of palm oil. Economically, it is one of the fastest-growing countries on the continent of Asia. Indonesia is the largest gold-producing country in the world. The women of this country are known as male-coveting and eternally young. Contractual marriage is practiced in the country, where tourists, if they wish, can enter into temporary marriages for 2 to 3 days or a week. Indonesia is a world-leading country in exporting frogs. The country possesses Bali, the most beautiful island on Earth. It even features the third most beautiful village in the world. There is an island in Indonesia where no one can bathe wearing green clothing. In this video, we have shared some such unknown, secret, dark truths of Indonesia that will leave you astonished. And if you are new to this channel, then subscribe to the channel to get subsequent videos. So without further ado, let's watch today's full video. Indonesia is the largest archipelagic state in the world. The official name of the country is the Republic of Indonesia. The country has the Pacific Ocean on one side and the Indian Ocean on the other. It shares land borders with Malaysia, Borneo, Papua New Guinea, and East Timor. The current president of the country is Prabowo Subianto. The state religion is Islam, and the official language is Bahasa Indonesia. The population is 280,700,000. The area is 1,904,569 square kilometers, and the capital is Jakarta, which is the largest and most populous city in the country. The history of human settlement in Indonesia is among the oldest in the world, with those ancestors being referred to as the Java Man. The expansion of civilization began here in the 1st century, and gradually Islam spread across the entire country. According to historians, until approximately 1400 AD, the country of Indonesia was known as Srivijaya. In the early 16th century, the Portuguese arrived first for spices. At that time, because there was a widespread and massive demand for spices in Europe, they profited greatly by selling them. Therefore, the Portuguese occupied the spice-producing region of Maluku. Later, the Portuguese lost their dominance to the Dutch. Following this, during the Second World War, from 1942 to 1945, the Japanese kept Indonesia occupied for 3 years. Afterward, on August 17, 1945, Indonesia gained independence. Then, on September 28, 1945, the country joined the United Nations as its 60th member. Indonesia is the world's largest Muslim-majority country. Currently, it ranks first in terms of Muslim population. Approximately 242 million people in the country are followers of Islam. The country consists of 87% Islam, 11% Christian, 3% Hindu, 0.7% Buddhist, and a minor percentage of people belonging to other religions. The Jakarta International Velodrome Stadium in Indonesia is one of the large stadiums in the world. The audience capacity here is approximately 120,500 people. This football stadium features a roof that can open and close. Indonesia has the highest number of volcanoes in the world. There are 120 to 130 active volcanoes in the country. Although volcanoes are traditionally red, Indonesia features ice-colored volcanoes as well. Volcanic eruptions occur in the country every year. Indonesia possesses the largest and heaviest flower in the world. The weight of an individual flower can be up to 11 kilograms, and it spans 1 meter in width. The most foul-smelling flower in the world is also found in this country. Known as Titan arum, or the corpse flower, the stench of this flower can be detected from a kilometer away. The country features the largest Buddhist temple in the world. This temple is a part of the UNESCO World Heritage. Indonesia contains the most beautiful island, Bali, which is known as heaven on earth. The natural beauty of Bali Island seems to be decorated by nature's own splendor. Travel lovers from various countries flock to Bali Island to immerse themselves in its natural form. This island is also referred to as the Island of the Gods. Although Indonesia is a Muslim-majority country, Bali Island is the sole exception. This is because Hanuman is the deity of the island's residents, hence they greatly value monkeys. For the attraction of tourists, Bali features spa centers, parlors, discos, nightclubs, and free arrangements for enjoyment. The roads in Indonesia are very beautiful and mesmerized by the touch of nature. Although the number of vehicles in Jakarta City is high, no vehicle is found parked randomly. You will not find dirt anywhere on the streets. The management of public buses is exceptionally good, and vehicle drivers are highly cautious and respectful toward traffic signals. The vehicles stop immediately as soon as the red light turns on. The people of this country are very advanced in terms of civilization. Most of the girls wear the hijab, and elderly women are seen wearing the burqa. Though surprising, it is true that the people of this country follow a peculiar custom. Unless someone has performed Hajj, a boy or a girl does not easily get married. One of the primary conditions for marriage is whether Hajj has been performed. Indonesia is the largest gold-producing country in the world. This largest gold mine is situated in Papua. Records show that this Grasberg gold mine will remain active until 2040. Unbelievable yet true, girls in Indonesia are circumcised according to local interpretations of Islamic Sharia, which is locally known as Sunat Perempuan. However, the current government has taken strict measures to halt this prevailing practice. Indonesia is the only country in the world from where turtle meat is commercially exported. Advanced species of sweetwater turtles are found in the country. The practice of temporary contractual marriage exists in Indonesia. If you wish, you can get married for a few days or a few hours, which is known as Kawin Kontrak. However, this practice is not prevalent everywhere. This type of marriage custom is active specifically in tourist areas. Indonesia is a country where the highest number of mosques exists in the world. There are approximately 900,000 mosques in the country. The largest mosque in the country is the Istiqlal Mosque, which is located in the capital city of Jakarta. It is the largest mosque in Southeast Asia. There are numerous madrasas in the country where religious education is provided.
Indonesia is the world's largest exporter of frog legs. About 80% of frog legs in the global market come from Indonesia. Every year, the country exports 4,000 to 5,000 tons of frog meat, especially to France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and other countries in America. Though surprising, it is true that the beautiful women of Indonesia prefer Bangladeshi boys. The women of the country state that Bangladeshi boys are very hard-working and educated. They know how to give dignity and respect to women. For these reasons, they marry Bangladeshi youths. Approximately 40% of young men and women in Indonesia engage in premarital sexual relations. For this reason, the government of the country wants to introduce a law banning sex before marriage. Under this law, even if a non-marital sexual relationship occurs with mutual consent, it will be punishable. Apart from this, the offence of cohabiting without being married will carry a punishment of 3 months in jail. Prostitution is not only legally recognized in Indonesia, but sex tourism is also one of the major sources of tax revenue for the country's government. In various islands and beaches of the country, attractive arrangements are kept for sex seekers. Every year, millions of tourists travel to the country to fulfill their sexual desires. In Indonesia, if anyone commits child rape, chemical substances are applied to their body to castrate them. Primarily, if found guilty in an incident of child rape, the provision is to castrate the offender along with a prison sentence of 10 to 20 years. A rule must be followed if one wishes to bathe at a specific beach in Indonesia. Among these, the first is that one must bathe right before sunset, meaning at twilight. No one can wear any green clothing while bathing. The locals believe that the Queen of the South resides in this ocean, who is highly terrifying and will drag anyone wearing green clothing down into the deep waters. Rickshaws can be seen on the roads of Indonesia. However, the rickshaws there are not like standard rickshaws. The strange thing is that the passenger remains stationary at the front while the driver operates it from behind. The women of this country are considered to possess strong figures and to be powerful, because even at the age of 50, they look like young women, which ranks among the best figure lists compared to women worldwide. Various superstitions are prevalent in Indonesia. For instance, a child's feet are not allowed to touch the ground until 6 months from birth. It is their belief that if a child's feet touch the ground, the devil will enter the child's body, and this will persist across lifetimes. The capital city of Jakarta is situated in the northwest of Java Island. Jakarta is the economic, cultural, and political nerve center of Indonesia. This Jakarta is one of the largest metropolitan areas in Southeast Asia. The current total population of the city area is 41,900,000, making it one of the most populous urban zones in the world. Education is compulsory in the country for 12 years. The education sector is highly developed. The medical sector is comparatively very strong. Badminton and football are the most popular sports in Indonesia. Besides, boxing has been practiced as a traditional sport since ancient times. Indonesia features the third most beautiful village in the world, named Penglipuran. The beauty and infrastructure of this village fascinate anyone. This village has turned into a center of interest for global travelers. The simple lifestyle of the people of this village conveys a message of peace to the world. Every year, millions of tourists visit the village. Indonesia also contains the tallest statue in the world. This statue preserves ancient Hindu heritage. Based on Hindu mythological stories and featuring an extremely complex design, this statue particularly mesmerizes anyone. The beaches of North Bali are highly famous for surfing. Various species of dolphins can be seen at these surfing beaches. The interaction of surfers with dolphins is a common occurrence.
Indonesia is the largest palm oil producing country. Out of its total production, nearly half goes to the global market, where it is cultivated through massive plantations. This palm oil is extensively used in food, cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, biodiesel, etc. It is one of the prime sources of export revenue for Indonesia. The most expensive coffee on earth is found in this Indonesia, which is named Kopi Luwak. This coffee is cultivated through a rare method. This coffee is supplied to developed countries. Indonesia is the second largest forested country in terms of biodiversity. The jungles of Sumatra, Kalimantan, Papua, and Sulawesi contain the most hazardous and mysterious biodiversity on Earth. Orangutans, tigers, elephants, etc. live in these forests of Sumatra, making it a dream destination for wildlife lovers around the world. The dense forests of Kalimantan are known as primary rainforests, which harbor countless species of birds, monkeys, and terrifying creatures, many of which cannot be seen anywhere else on Earth. The jungles of Papua are so isolated that tribes reside there who maintain no contact with the outside world. In 2022, Indonesia produced 1.6 million tons of nickel. The country is one of the leading nations in the world in nickel production. The raw material for making the batteries we use in various devices, including mobiles, tablets, and walkie-talkies, is this nickel. Additionally, the country possesses several natural resources, such as petroleum, timber, natural gas, bauxite, copper, coal, gold, and silver. Indonesia is a prosperous economy in Asia. According to World Bank data, Indonesia is an upper-middle income country. The total GDP of the country is $55 trillion. The per capita income is $5,500. 1 Indonesian rupiah is equal to approximately 0.73 Bangladeshi taka and approximately 0.55 Indian rupee. The currency of the country is very weak. For 1 Bangladeshi taka, you will get 136 Indonesian rupiah, and for 1 Indian rupee, you will get 186 Indonesian rupiah, and $1 is equal to approximately 17,000 Indonesian rupiah. Due to purchasing demands and a weak currency, paper notes are printed in large values. Banknotes of 100,000, 50,000, 20,000, and 10,000 Indonesian rupiah are printed in the country. However, the low value of the Indonesian currency does not mean that the country is poor. According to the Global Peace Index, the country ranks 49th, which is close to the United Arab Emirates and Argentina. That means the country is reasonably peaceful. According to the World Happiness Report, the country ranks 83rd, which is close to Greece. It can be said that the people of the country are reasonably happy. The culture of Indonesia is extremely diverse, formed by the blending of more than 300 ethnic groups. In the culture of the country, family and social relationships are given immense importance. Respect toward grandparents or elders and the custom of joint families can be seen in the country. The people of the country are very hospitable. They like to eat rice, fish, and spicy foods. They also wear clothing types like the lungi and sari. Due to Indonesia's equatorial tropical climate, two seasons exist, the dry season and the rainy season. In coastal and lowland regions, the average temperature of the country stays between 26 degrees Celsius and 30 degrees Celsius, which is moderately warm. However, the average temperature in hilly and elevated regions is comparatively lower, and the weather is quite comfortable. For instance, in the high areas of Java and Bali, the temperature generally stays between 20 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees Celsius. Many earthquakes occur in Indonesia. On December 26, 2004, a terrifying earthquake near Sumatra Island of Indonesia in the Indian Ocean resulted in a catastrophic tsunami, which was one of the major natural disasters in modern history. This tsunami carried out widespread destruction across 14 countries of the Indian Ocean, including Indonesia, through which hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives. The magnitude on the Richter scale was between 9.1 and 9.3, which was highly terrifying. Indonesia is the largest island nation. There are approximately 17,508 islands in the country, among which humans inhabit 6,000 islands. Since Indonesia is an island nation whose boundaries, except for a few borders, face the seas and oceans on all sides, its coastline is very large. The length of the country's coastline is approximately 54,720 kilometers. The Kingdom of Islands, Indonesia, is like a vast natural canvas. Here, green-clad mountains, transparent blue waters, and the magical scenery of volcanoes blend into one. Tourists from various countries of the world go to travel to Indonesia. According to 2024 records, 13,900,000 tourists visited the country, which is greater than the population of quite a few countries on Earth. Indonesia is a presidential, representative democratic republic. The president of the country is simultaneously the head of state and the head of government. He is directly elected by the votes of the people for 5 years and can hold office for a maximum of 2 terms. Militarily, the country is powerful in Southeast Asia and an emerging force on the world stage. It ranks 13th in the world in military standing. The armed forces are known as the Tentara Nasional Indonesia. Indonesia has 3 national flowers: jasmine, orchid, and rafflesia. The national animal is the Komodo dragon, and the national bird is the Javan hawk eagle. Tell us in the comments how you liked the video. Until the next video, stay well, stay healthy. Thank you.